So, take it away, Stacy.
Hi, ladies. First, sorry about the mess. This is a don't want a day. So, and there's laundry, and I'm not trying to do anything pretty with any of this. I can't see any of the chat either, Angela. I don't know why it won't pull up for me.
How weird. All right, I got it. I can see it. So if anything pops up, I'll let you know.
Okay. First, today I just want to talk about presentation of our products in parties and online, and professionalism. Professionalism has been something that's been really kind of weighing on me for a few months now. But we'll start with the presentation part. When you're having party, what I mean by presentation is how you present any of our products to a customer or to big groups or online or anything. Everything needs to be done with class, and you want to present above anything else. You are a businesswoman. We have our own businesses. We all do things our own way, but above all else, you're a businesswoman. So you always want to present yourself that way. One thing that I have always been told is, how you dress, how you look, presents who you are. So most people, and it kind of goes at that fine line where, how you look gets you the job, or how you look gets you the sale. That's why a lot of our used car salesmen are all in polo shirts, nice hair. Actually, really not nice hair. It's all the greasy look. It's disgusting. But nonetheless, they all look the same. But with presentation of our products, the first thing that I always think about is we have to reach all audiences. So you want to present for instance, any of our hand cream. You want to make it sure that when you present it, that all audiences can understand what you're saying, whether you're trying to sell to a 21-year-old or a 65-year-old. It needs to be understood by everybody what you're trying to say. Another thing is your personal experiences. When I use our hand cream, I tell everybody the same thing for the most part. This is like our amazing product. This is the #1 seller we have. You are going to need this in your purse, in your bathroom, beside your couch, beside your bed. You're going to need one everywhere you go. And the best part about any of our hand creams is that you can put it on, and then you can go open up a pickle jar or a door. And that's how I put my own personal experience in with any of our products. And then with that, you get to explain, why it worked for you. And that's just an example, but when you throw your personal stuff into it, they know you use the product, and you're not just trying to sell them something. They know that you believe in it, and that you are just trying to give them something that works, and not necessarily just trying to make a buck. The use yourself. I don't know how many times we've seen Megan on Posh Talk talk about, hey, how would you do this, and share this with your customers. The biggest thing that we have is our selfies. Selfies are the newest rage nowadays, so put your stripper on, jump on your Facebook page and say, hey, this is what I use. This is how I take things off at night. This is what happens. So show yourself. Just because I can say, hey, I use this, I love this, them seeing that you use it shows that, hey, it's user friendly. If you can do it, I can do it, and if it works for you, then it's probably going to work for me. Clean and clear descriptions. I'm going pretty fast, but I really just don't want to waste anybody's time. Sorry, guys. So this is a lot self-explanatory, but I do see some people that just really aren't. And I've caught myself, not just everybody, but I've caught myself with the description not being very well. For instance, we'll go with the stripper. It's easy to say it's a mud mask. It's easy to say it's $24, it's a detox, this is what it is. But the biggest part about the stripper that we know is, hey, this is what it does. You put it on your face, you leave it on for 5 to 10, 15 minutes. It'll burn for a minute, but what it does is it pulls all the nasty stuff out of your face. Did you know that your Mary Kay or your Avon or any of that, all of that is chemicals that you put on your skin, and this is going to take this off. How? It's the charcoal, and you go into description, but you don't want to, again, you don't want to go into too much jargon because you still need to keep it with all your audiences so that everybody can understand what it is. Let's see. You also want to know your audience. When I first started selling Posh, I would tell everybody, hey, yep, this is the stripper. This is the only stripper you're ever going to want around your husband or your kids. And then my mom and my dad kind of reminded me that's probably not the best thing for all audiences. Not everybody's going to appreciate that joke. It's funny. It's whatever. But if you know your church ladies, you're trying to sell to your church ladies, they're probably not going to like that joke as much as your girlfriends that you've been best friend with for 15 years. They're not going to understand it that much. They're not going to find it as funny. So knowing your audience altogether helps you in presenting your products and into giving you better descriptions. And above all else, there's one thing that all of us cannot stand. And I know I try not to come across this way, and sometimes I do, but I think most of us do, is you are not a used car salesman. Don't be one. Everybody hates pushy. We all hate that annoying guy that's like, oh, but we can do this, and oh, but we can do that. And yes, we can. We get that. But if the lady's trying to walk away from you, let her walk away. Don't be that used car salesman. That's the biggest. We have all in our lifetime complained about it. More than likely, when she's ready, she'll come back to you. Ask Angela. It took her 9 months to wait on me. It happens. But on presentation, it's pretty much, it's mostly common sense. You want to put out there what the product is, what it does, how it does it, and what it costs. It's just plain and simple. Keep it. If you can be clever with it, that's great. Clever brings people in. But again, know your audience. You don't want to offend anybody either. Easiest way to lose a customer is to offend them, and they'll go somewhere else whether they like the product or not. That's all I really have on the presentation part of it. Professionalism. Now, I could sit here and I could talk to you about it all day long. We have seen some of the graphics that have been going around lately, and we have seen a lot of the bad attitudes, not necessarily on our side. I am really proud of the team we're on because we're not that. But I have seen some serious attitudes about some serious stuff on other websites or on other Facebook pages. But we'll start with the easiest thing is I've always been an honest and ethical person because I may not have as much business. I may not be getting $14,000 in sales, but my measly $500 in sales comes honestly. I don't bug people. I don't spam people. I don't force people. I don't do any of that. That also goes with my recruits. I'm very picky. I know they say kidnappers are welcome, do whatever, get it, but I would rather have me personally. I can't get that. I can't say, you know, oh, well, just sign up and take all the products and run. I just can't tell anybody. Now, if they do it, that's on them. I'm more than happy to take the recruits, but I'm not going to tell somebody, hey, just join and take the products and go. You know, it's a good deal. I can't do that because to me that's more like, you know, that to me I see telling people that as like taking from Ann and Andrew and everybody else that makes the money to make these products. That's what I feel. Now, I'm not telling you you can't, you know, take in kidnappers. That's great. If it works for you and they've all decided to do it, great for you. Hasn't quite worked out for me though. So that's where I'm at with it. Graphics, opinions, we'll go with that. The opinions on the company rules. Our company rules are our company rules. And it bugs me to no end when I see somebody complaining about how things are done when they're supposed to be done in a certain way. For instance, our tags, they give us our tags to put on our own graphics that say independent consultant. I've seen somebody complain on Posh Talk about how it just doesn't matter what we put on it. It's our business, blah, blah, blah. It really is. But it also, to go into the graphics, there was a big thing a couple months back with naked dudes. And I think I even seen one of Channing Tatum bent over butt naked. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy, but I mean, really, we're not representative that way. And I remember a comment being made that sex sells. And my problem with that is if you look at Walmart or Apple or Target, you don't see anything like that. And look how big they are. Look how successful they are. I know that not a lot of people will agree with what I'm saying, but coming from a line of business owners, I've just kind of watched what works. And again, if what you put your name on or what you put Posh products on or the Posh label on, it may be funny, it may be cute. Yeah, good-looking guys are great, and some people believe the sex sells. It doesn't. Again, look at your big companies. They don't happen. And I just can't stress enough. Not only is it not always appealing to have a big posh logo on Channing Tatum's butt, but not only does that not reflect on you, but that also takes your presentation. You're going to sell more when you come across. Yes, Rebecca, it was gross. It was kind of very gross. You're going to come across more professional with the graphics that you've seen that just show off the product, tells what they are, how much they are, and a lot of the graphics that Posh themselves put out. What you do also reflects Ann and Andrew. They have people out there putting out, they have graphics out there with naked guys on them or bigger opinions on them, and they can't have that on their product. That is our business. You can do what you want, but what you do reflects on their overall business. We're selling their products. They're not our products. They're their products. So overall, you have to keep that in mind. It doesn't look professional. I don't care what anybody says. Sex may sell, but in this case, it was some of the most offensive stuff I've seen. I have a great looking husband, but I'm not tagging him up in a gender bender naked. Not happening. And then also when it comes to like your graphics, you have to be careful because whoever you put in it can sue Ann and Andrew on top of all of that. Again, with your professionalism, the biggest thing that I can say is when it comes to presentation, that's going to help your professionalism. I think my house just got really dark. Sorry, guys. For instance, like we were talking, the better dressed. If you have somebody who is hair's a mess, no makeup, hair looks like she hadn't washed it in a week, but has a Posh shirt on. I caught something. But has a Posh shirt on. And then you see somebody else who has her hair done, she's, made herself, put her makeup on, has her shirt tucked in, looks nice. You're more likely to buy from the person who looks more presentable. It's not fair. It's just how it works. Presentation, not only in how you present our products, but how you present yourself means something. Again, it's your business. You don't want to come across as just somebody who's been sitting around on the couch and, needs money, let me go swindle this. This is something we are all supposed to believe in. This is something that we are selling to other people to use. We're not selling crap. Basically, point blank, we're not selling crap. And if we go out letting ourselves look like crap, I'm not, I'm going to come in here and talk to you guys without no makeup on. I'm not trying to sell you Posh. But if I go into town, I've usually got my makeup on, I've got my hair done up a little bit better than this mess, and I've got my Posh shirt on, I've got my shirt, my nice breeches on, and that's how I'm going into town if I'm trying to hand out samples while I'm going to town. I go to town looking like something off of people at Walmart, I'm not likely to get any sales. So, and then while you're wearing that Posh shirt, looking a mess, you're reflecting pretty badly on the company itself. This is your business. You can do with it as you want to make your money, but keep in mind that you're under somebody else and how you make them look reflects really badly on you. Not only just in your sales, but nobody's going to want to do business with you at all. They're not going to want to join your team. When you look like a drama queen, they're going to assume you're a drama queen. That also goes with all the attitudes that we saw about the graphics and everybody was all upset. Well, it's our business and, sex sells and blah, blah, blah. Well, quite honestly, that's not somebody I'd want under my team, and I would be quite embarrassed by that. I'd rather have 15 different kidnappers making no sales with me alone than have somebody who's raising drama everywhere. Again, I would rather go to somebody who is honest and trying to make a living for her family, who's selling a good product, versus somebody over here cussing up a storm, looking like all hell. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it, and it makes me so sick on some of these other Posh Talks because you have no idea. I wouldn't do that to Angela. I'm a representative underneath Angela who's built her business. I wouldn't do it. And I do not believe it. I can sit here all day long and I can tell you how bad it is, but it has irritated me to no end how bad people have treated this company. And when you do the bad graphics or the bad attitudes, people find that and you hurt sales. Okay, well, I'll get off my soapbox about that for a minute. The only other thing that I have about professionalism, we have some beautiful, best example that I can give you what I'm trying to mean by keeping it simple. use your KISS method. I personally have several aunts and uncles that are joining in with us or that have bought from me that are probably 50 or 60. They can't read those business cards. So I remember a while back when I first started working for my father-in-law, he told us that, or he showed me a business card and he said, when you're giving out business cards, they need to be simple and to the point and clear and easy to read. And I don't think I have one here, but mine is on a white background. Mine is on a white background, black lettering, and it may, in the bottom corner, it has like a strip on the bottom that's black, and it has a little bitty pink card on the bottom. It's not cluttered. It's not hard to read, and it's in a readable print, but stuff like that brings in your older crowd. The keeping it simple, plain, simple, easy to read, a lot of stuff is beautiful. It really is, but keeping it simple also makes it easier for your customers to read, to see. They're not fumbling for their glasses to be able to read it. They're not looking for a magnifying glass. All you need on that business card is your name, your number, your email, your website, and maybe something cute to catch your eye with your posh logo that says independent consultant on it. Maybe behind your name, your rank. You know, mine says Stacy, Lancaster, posh consultant, pink. And that's about it. You don't need all the foofy stuff on it because it's pointless. It makes it hard to read. See, there you go. And when you're handing it out to like a 50, 60-year-old woman, they're fumbling for their life. They can't really read that. Let's say 50, 60. My mama heard that. She'd be mad. If you're handing it for your older crowd, they're not going to be able to read it. So you want to keep it simple. You don't need all the extra stuff. Put it on the back of the card. Do whatever you want. But on the front of that card, make it legible, make it easy. Just like anything else you do, all the extra foofy stuff is beautiful. It makes it cute. It makes it fun. And do that, but don't overdo it. Make it legible. It goes into your presentation. I'd set up a table for a home party. It didn't quite go my way, but that's a whole nother story. But it was easy. Everybody was able to get in there and dig. They weren't fumbling and pushing stuff out the way that really didn't matter. It was easy. They got in there. They did what they had to. Turns out, goes back on the presentation thing, I was trying to get into that party, was trying to get into a spa where the lady wanted to buy the facial products and get facials with it. I got there. Lady's in a pair of cut-off shorts, a cut-off t-shirt like this, hadn't done her hair. She looked gross, I'm not going to lie. Hadn't put her makeup. Her skin was really oily. And then she told me that she didn't care what anybody said, that it's better to put an egg on your face than anything else. And she wasn't trying to hear me. But in the, in the long run, I really didn't miss out on much because I can't see how she had a spa to begin with. But you never know. But that's how I went into, to help with another business, and it didn't look like a business that would be something I'd want to be in. Again, you want professional people. Sorry, my phone went off. But that's where I stand on most of it. I'm sorry if that offended some people, but that's where I'm at with it. It's annoying, but the best thing that you can do is present yourself in a professional manner, and you're going to get a lot more. And at the very least, you're going to get a lot more of the better customers that are going to come back instead of, the loyal ones are what you're going to get. And you're also going to get more sales than the person next to you who doesn't present herself as professional. That's where I'm at with that. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. So if y'all have any questions, go ahead and shoot.
Oh, let me take you all off mute. Oh, I don't like that. How about if you guys want to talk, you unmute yourselves.
I see an orange.
Whoops, hold on. Okay, sorry.
Hello? Anybody out there?
If somebody has something to say, if somebody has a question or wants to add something, let me know and I'll unmute you.
So what's the question? What are we commenting on? Sorry, I just got home and had to hop on. So
were you listening to me at all, Kristen?
Yes, you were talking about business cards and how being better for people to see. They can. I heard that.
You came in right after the soapbox.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So any questions about professionalism, graphics, you know, how you represent yourself, anything that you want to share? I don't know if you guys all noticed the new picture on our Facebook pages with the girl and the snarky bar. But it is flipping amazing, and we have new graphics people and designers, and the spring catalog is going to be beautiful, and I can't wait to see it. And what else is going on in Poshland that I know of? I'll give you guys a rundown of dates so that you guys can keep up with everything that's going on, because there's a lot going on. Tomorrow is Saturday, and that ends that $200 order to get a chance to win a jacket. Sunday, the overlap of the BFF and the Snarky go on sale, and the Daily Grind is also on sale until the 14th. What else is going on? And then, of course, everything else that starts that week after, but I have no clue as to what it is because I'm only working this week. For all of you who were in that bundle challenge and won about 3 months ago, your bags are right here on the floor, and they are going out hopefully on Monday. Everybody else's incentives for the month, here, all of your anals are going out on Monday also. And my son, it was awesome. He's never asked me for anything, and he came up to me yesterday and his mouth was bright red and it looked like it hurt so bad, and he's like, what do you got for this? I'm like, I got some anal for it. He's like, what? So he's carrying around an anal, and he's loving it, and his face feels better. I think that's it. Stacy, you rocked the call like always. I think you should be our presenter from now on.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for getting on the call. This is recorded, so I will post it. If you guys want to share it with your teams, by all means, share it. I will put it in the files on our team page. Anybody?
Any of y'all, by the way. It's just stuff that I really felt needed to be said for anybody's sake. Really did.
No, I totally agree with you, and I see it happening, and the only thing that we can do as consultants is worry about ourselves, not be posh police, which stinks because they are representative of who we are too at the same time. Unfortunately, in this day and age, we've got such a Walmart, what is that I was saying, a Walmart society now that, you know, you can go outside in your pajamas and it's okay. No, it's not okay. So, yeah, everything that you talked about, Stacy, is so true. So if you're out there trying to represent posh and yourself, just be presentable. If you're trying to hand out samples to people, you know, be presentable, and you all know that.
And be respectful about people's personal space when you're doing that as well. Like I said, don't be that used car salesman that we all hate and run away from as soon as we see him come out that building. Don't be that person either.
Yeah, there was a time when I was in Sam's and I had a buggy and I had stuff in my buggy and I was shopping, and this lady comes up to me and my friend and she's like, oh, hi, you guys have face care? And I'm like, excuse me, you don't even have a buggy and you're gonna ask me if I need some Mary Kay? I don't think so. You are so tacky. So yeah. Don't be tacky. Tacky's bad.
Did you talk about attitude too?
Yes, I did. I cannot stand it.
I was going to say, I've gotten events because some other posh consultants, not where I'm at, but like town over, they told me that they were really rude and they would sit behind their event table and not, you know, sit and play on their phone and not talk to people or be rude, and you know, and I try to be super friendly and talk to everybody, and so just remember, like, even if you're having a bad day and you have an event, to be friendly and nice, and I think that's a lot more professional than sitting there being rude and negative to people. And you probably already talked about that, but that was just
That
something
also
that I've
goes
noticed that people will tell other consultants do stuff like that, and I'm like, well, that's not cool or professional. So
Yeah, it also goes for Facebook if you think about it. If you have your customers on your personal Facebook page, you're not going to want to, pardon my language, you're not going to be like, F this freaking day and blah, blah. You're not going to want to put that.
yeah.
You know, I don't have my customers on my personal page, but I have a group page just for them. And the few customers I have, I still try to keep it, you know, I don't put my personal drama out there because I still have them as customers as well. So, but that goes for that as well.
Well, you know, you can post personal stuff that they can see because you want them to get to know you. But yeah, don't be like, oh my God, I hate Obama. Oh my God, yeah. I hate this. I hate that. It's just, negative. Yeah. Negative is always negative. You can't turn it around. So just leave it not on Facebook. And if you're not going to say something to somebody in public and in their face, what you're going to put on Facebook, don't put it on Facebook. I see that a lot on Posh Talk. Like, I got ripped a new one because I posted a picture of going 100 miles per hour in Texas. And I posted a picture of that. And these chicks were ripping me apart. And I was like, dudes, would you say that to my face? No. So
exactly. That goes with running an honest business, too. You're not going to want to do that. No, absolutely not.
Right.
I have a question, and it's kind of a little bit off topic, but since there's several of us here together, I'm going to do my first event, my first vendor event at the end of the month. But here's this lady that's organizing this sent me this email, I think yesterday, and it kind of caught me off guard because apparently I did not sign up for what I thought I was signing up for. So now I'm debating whether or not to go through with it. The way she described this to me is this event is a ladies' night event. It's free admission, so you know they're hoping it'll draw a couple hundred ladies or so. They have vendor tables where the vendors can sell their product, cash and carry, or take orders or whatever. But at your vendor table, you cannot demonstrate anything. And in a separate room, they have the demonstration area, and you can demo. And you can hand out your business card or catalogs or brochures, but you cannot take sales. Has anyone ever heard of anything asinine, or am I just the idiot who should have known this? Because she's got me set up to be in the back. So I'm giving away free product all night, giving ladies free whatever. Can't take any orders. But there's a Posh consultant signed up for it who's going to be sitting in the other room at her booth snagging everybody's order. That's what I see happening. Now, is that just me? Am I looking at this wrong, or is that what you think is probably going to happen? I'm going to give away all my product doing demos. They're going to walk out of my room, back into the other room, walk over to her booth, and buy it from her. And I don't know this girl.
Well, let's just hope that this other girl looks like the person out of Walmart, and that way you get everybody over there.
I mean, I'm seriously thinking I'm just going to tell her never mind, because if anything, I would rather wait until I can get a teammate or someone and the two of us tag team and have the booth in the vendor area and have someone doing the demos in the demo area, and we're working together.
Well, okay, so with that, could you reach out to the other Posh girl and say, hey, this is a little wacky and I've never heard of this and nobody else has. Is there a way that we can tag team? I know you probably won't be able to trust her, but so that she knows that you're there, you know that she's there, and that you kind of help each other. I mean, maybe even say, hey, let's split the sales. If I'm demoing it, then, they're going to come over to you and ask for it. Will you know if she's splitting the sales with you? Absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't even know who she is. And I had asked the woman before I registered for this, and she said, I mean, I have it in writing. She said one, like typical, one consultant per company. But then all of a sudden yesterday when this email came in at first, and she was talking about, well, you're in the demo area, so you can't sell. You'll have to contact them outside of the event to collect sales. And I'm like, oh, well, how do I get in the vendor side then? I'd rather be on the vendor side. And she said, well, you can't. I already have a posh consultant over there. And I'm like, what the heck? So
Yeah.
I had to back up with her and get into this long drawn conversation. And I'm like, let's start all over from the beginning because, excuse me, you have to re-explain this event to me because this is their first time they're doing it too. They're going to do it monthly, but January is their first month. So I'm thinking, I just don't, unless you're a person who has a teammate and there's one of you in each room, I don't imagine this type of event could go over well at all for the person doing the demos. Because you're eating the product. You're giving away free product that's yours. That girl out there in the other room isn't giving away anything, and she's getting all the sales.
Yeah, that's really retarded. I don't get that. Yeah, I don't even
I just
know
wanted to make sure that was not something I was looking at it wrong or not thinking about a certain angle on this or something. But I think I'm just going to not do this one and wait and do it when I can have my team in both rooms at the same time.
Well, and I would reach out to the coordinator and be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that, I spoke to a lot of people and this is something we've never heard of. So I'm just going to back out. And when you decide that you want to keep it fair for the vendors that are there, you let me know and I'll be there. And that's not rude. You're being honest with her.
Yeah.
And tell her she's stupid.
Okay. I just want to make sure because it really, I thought, okay, I'm reading this wrong. I'm looking, and I just kept scratching my head. And I don't think, I feel like I'm going to be the gopher. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If I were going to be in either one of those two rooms, if I had to pick one over the other, I would want to be on the vendor side, I think, because that's your opportunity. If I can't demo it, fine. I can still explain it. And I can't let her try the product right there at my booth, but I can give her samples to take home or something, I don't know.
Stacy, are you talking? You're muted.
Sorry about that. But I would think that would be really confusing for the customer, too, that was in her room first, because she'd be like, well, what does this do? And then they would have to be like, oh, well, there's somebody else in there, but then they'd have to come back. It would be a yo-yo effect. That wouldn't make very much sense for the customer, period, at all either.
And I don't want to help her. No disrespect toward her. I'm not there to help her sell to her customers, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or somebody gets in line, they come to the demo room first and they demo something and they think, oh, that stuff is awesome. And they take my business card and my posh paper and they go home and then they're walking into the other room and they're like, oh, right there, look, there's a posh table. Let's just buy it now. And I don't want to be rude to people and say, okay, now I just demoed this on you, but you stay away from that freaky girl in the next room because she's got cooties. What am I going to, how do I professionally deter them from not walking over to her table to buy what I just showed them? So, yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy then. I'm glad to know. It's not just me thinking that this seems extremely weird.
No, I've never, ever, ever in 13, 12 years of doing direct sales have I ever heard of anything like that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I think we're ending here in 3 minutes. Does anybody have anything else? It doesn't matter if it's about this, something else, anything? Stacy's stuck. Your picture is stuck. All right, ladies. Well, there you are. All right. So that is all, and we will see you all on the Facebook page. Oh, and you guys need to start posting on there. If you've got questions, post them on the page. We had so many people ask questions on the social media page, and I'm like, not the place for it. How about bring it over to our page? And nobody did. So I don't know if you guys have any brilliant ideas how to get people to come to our page and interact with each other. That would be awesome if you wanted to share that with me. Any kind of challenge, incentive, I don't care what it is. Just we need more people on our team page interacting. So, all right. Have a great day. I'm going to go finish all your mail. Bye.